if at all, particularly in the U.S. market, because jojoba oil has been very, very limited in its supply. You can only obtain a very limited amount from native plants, and we've been in the process over the last few years of learning to grow jojoba on plantations so that we have a good supply of it to use in the skincare industry.
Well, finding out more about jojoba, we're glad that it's in there in the Stevens Skin Softener Cream. You've used Stevens products. Tell me, what do you think about that Skin Softener Cream?
I think it's a wonderful product, Merlin. I mean, I'm very particular. The Stevens product is the first commercial product that I've seen that's really an excellent skin softening therapeutic product.
Well, thank you, Dr. Whitaker. One of the things I've learned about some of the natural ingredients in Stevens products, the jojoba oil in particular, and avocado oil, for example, is that they are very high quality and they're in short supply. For instance, avocado oil costs about 10 times as much as mineral oil, and jojoba oil costs more than 15 times as much as petrolatum. So Stevens cream costs more than other skincare products because it costs more to make. But remember, you get what you pay for. Stevens Skin Softener contains high-quality ingredients that get absorbed by your skin and moisturize it. I think one of the reasons that Stevens is so effective is that it comes to us from a man who was committed to solving his own skin problems. With us now is Howard Stevens, the president and founder of Stevens Skin Products. And Howard, it's good to have you here.
Thank you, Merlin.
Tell me now, what got you into the skin softener business?
Merlin, I had dry, cracked lips, dry, cracked fingers, dry, cracked heels, because of medications I take, because I take insulin each day. And there was nothing that we tried for over 15 years to relieve those problems. My daughter was a nurse, my wife, and we tried hot oil baths, everything. And finally we found a product that works, Stevens Skin Softener. And so now I don't have dry, cracked heels, fingers, or lips, and my skin is much, much better.
Thank you, Howard. You hear so often about people selling a product that they don't even use themselves. The people at Stevens Skin Softener aren't just selling you a product. They care about your skin. Because they care about their own skin, it works for you because they made sure that it works for them. In a moment, we'll hear from a specialist who's going to tell us why skin care is especially important to a part of our body we often abuse, ignore, or neglect, our feet. But first, let's hear from some folks about their own experience with Stevens Skin Cream.
As a pharmacist, we get many calls about what can I use for dry skin. And I'd like to say that Stevens Skin Softener Cream is excellent for that because I've tried it myself.
We use it on the baby for diaper rashes and after baths and before he goes to bed. And we swim a lot, so we all get sunburned, and it helps soothe it and stop the chapping, and it's not greasy.
Well, I'm very active in athletics, and as a result, my feet are exposed to lots of conditions, and I have this itching, peeling, cracking, dry skin. And the best thing that I've ever found in combating this problem is Stevens Cream.
I teach nursing and have students at a children's hospital where my hands are in water and with caustic soap at irregular intervals. I use Stevens Cream on my hands because it keeps them from cracking and keeps them moist. There is no smell or odor to it, and it absorbs quickly.
Welcome back. I'm Merlin Olson for Stevens Skin Softener Cream. The gentleman with us now is Dr. Stephen R. Jones, a man who spent the last 14 years of his life specializing in a part of the body that we all too often abuse, neglect, and ignore, the foot. Dr. Jones, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
With a pair of size 15s down here that are quite a ways away from me, I know that the foot does have special skin problems of its own.
It does. A couple things I think initially to understand about the skin on the sole of the foot particularly is that it's about 8 to 10 times thicker than the skin is anywhere else on the body. And because of the fact that we stand on it and run on it and jump on it and play and do various things, and the various types of footwear that we wear, we create some special problems with that area of skin due to friction and other kinds of things activity related.
How does Stevens Skin Softener Cream take care of the problems of the foot? Talk to me about that.
Well, I found it to be very effective in my practice of podiatry on patients clinically in the areas where they develop friction, where they develop dry, calloused areas as a result of friction. And the regular use of the skin cream results in good hydration and softening of the skin, effectively relieving a lot of their symptoms of this hard, firm, dry, sometimes uncomfortable skin.
What do your patients tell you about Stevens Skin Softener Cream?
I find that virtually all of them have good things to say about it. They like it very well. They like how it feels. It soothes their conditions. I don't remember anyone having any negative comments concerning the cream, and they find it works very well.
Would you recommend Stevens Skin Softener Cream to diabetics?
I would, and I do have most of my diabetics in my practice use the cream on their feet. They have a very difficult dry skin condition to deal with, as difficult as any, and I think if we can give them some help, we can probably provide help to most anyone with dry skin.
Well, and we're pleased that Stevens Skin Softener Cream can do that. Well, Dr. Jones, thank you very much for joining us today. You know, we've heard from many different kinds of people today, and they've told us about their skin problems and the fact that their skin takes a beating in normal workaday routines. Well, you know about that. That's why it's important to make Stevens Skin Care part of your daily regimen. To keep a container on hand at all times, at work, or in the glove compartment of your truck or car, in the bathroom at home, it really does make a difference.
I have diabetes, and I use Stevens cream on my skin. I also work at a store that services a lot of people with diabetes who use this cream, and it's turned out to be our leading skin softener.
My bathroom is stocked with Stevens products. I just love them. They do so much for me, and I do recommend them to all my friends.
I'm an electrician, and I work outside, and I work with my hands constantly. My hands do take a beating, and I'm also in the sun. So I use Stevens Skin Cream on my hands. It keeps them very soft, and I also use Stevens Sunblock on my face.
Well, it isn't an exaggeration. That feels better on my face than anything I've ever put on it. That's an honest statement. I'm too old to tell stories.
I have eczema, and I've been using the cream for about 4 years, and I use it on my hands, and I have eczema on my arms, and it soothes the itching and the dryness, and I've used prescriptions of all kinds, and I've used everything, and Stevens has worked the best for me.
Well, you should know a lot more about moisturizers now, and in particular about the ingredients that go into them. Maybe you ought to look at the product you're using and see if it contains petrolatum, mineral oil, or lanolin. Isn't it time that you treated your skin to the finest skin moisturizer that money can buy? Because you're never going to know just how good your skin can feel and look until you try Stevens.
I found that the soap has been a real addition to my own complexion. I first of all kind of hid it, and when I was trying my first bar, and I kept it away from the family, used it just for my face. It made my face feel so good. I just made it soft and clean, and I decided I was just going to use it for a bath bar. So now I use it all the time. I still haven't shared it with my children, should I?
I work in clays and chemicals, and so my hands get very dry, and this is why I use Stevens cream. I found that it relieves the dryness and the burning, and it doesn't just set on top of my hands.
Well, I use that Stevens Sunblock 15 every day because I'm out in that sun from anywhere from 6 to 8 hours.
And when I use Stevens cream on these rough old hands, it comforted and soothed them. A neat cream. I don't know what they put in it, but it works.
It really helped my chapped hands, and it really helped the psoriasis on my face.
My husband loves it, my children love it, and I love it.